I need to go have a tinkle, so this is as good as time as any to go through, give you an update on the new stuff. So I built this epic Maharaja palace right on top of the Maharaja Madness, which now is colored with some of that and that. Too much kind of with this dome and such. So yeah, 3 towers couldn't fit one on this corner, so I had to go with 3. And even those 3 are kind of janky. Like this one is higher than these 2, and then there's holes, or like the pillar beneath them isn't fully filled in, except on this one. Wait a minute, why is there a thing that's not supposed to be there? It's supposed to be here. There we go. So yeah, 3 towers and the dome in the middle with those types of roofs, brick fence around it, which continues here on the balconies, except on the curvy parts, which have the railing on it, and the balconies have stuff like vases or urns in them. There's a random sack there, and these kind of Chinese looking lamps, but I guess they could be used in India or that region, Pakistan, whatever, where Maharajas live. What the hell is in there? This thing, ball lanterns on some balconies, and there's even small tiny balconies like that one, and this one which has 2 peeps sitting in it, and this weird balcony outside thing there right below one of the towers. Speaking of towers, there's a medieval tower there in that corner, kind of hidden most of the time. And then over here we have this sort of slide thingy there, because I couldn't really fit the same type of dealio that we have on this side and that side and that side, so I went with something like that underneath the half loop here. And then in the back we got the Maharaja's car collection. He's got a flaming hot rod, a golden hot rod, and a golden 50s car, and a blimp, a bunch of tires stacked there. And then there's a microbus, a period truck, and a school bus on this side with the 2 water tower thingies, one over there as well, and a random shack again. Actually, I didn't put anything here underneath the coaster. It's not like you can really see them, except maybe a bit from this angle. The picnic thingy, no, it doesn't fit. I could have fit more tires, maybe this type of tire. I can't use that at all. Like, let's hide the coasters. That way. No, it's like too high up because I built these underneath. The cars don't lift up too high, they still look like they're attached to it or on top of it. How about these tires then? Yep, that kind of works. Tires, lots of tires stored in there. Let's see what else. Wow, there's a bunch of gnomes in certain corners, like these 2, and there's one behind this thing. And then this corner has that church steeple thingery, this thing. And what else? Outside the right, so you can see better. Was that it? Or was that no? I added a bunch of snowballs to there, one there, these trees, that igloo, and then there's a fire in front of it, I think. It's probably not visible, but there's a fire right there with 3 peeps walking about and a bunch of snowflakes, snowman, and medieval walls there, and behind this and on this edge and such. Was that it? Was that it? I think that might have been it. I did change some trees around here, but nothing too specific. Anyway, I think the palace turned out excellent despite all the coasters going in and out of it, disrupting the towers and such. Looks pretty damn epic. Although this side is kind of poopy there, but from this angle, looks slightly better. Alright, I'm gonna have a little tinkle and actually I forgot, let's add, before I forget, let's add signs. Maybe this type. Or no, not that type. What would be the most expensive looking? Like this one, maybe? The oriental pagoda style thingy. Or this one if I... Wait a minute. Can you not color that thing? Oh yeah, you can, but it doesn't say that I have the color here when you select it. This thing is also colorable. Yeah, that would match the color, but I don't like the way it leaves a big hole there. If I put it that way, it'll block the hole better, but then it's facing the wrong way. Oh, wait a minute, was this wall something that you can put on top of paths? Nope. Damn it. I thought there was something. Well, obviously some of these fit on top of paths, but you can't color them, so fuck that. Thought there was some wall type that fit over paths. But this is like the only candidate, because it's got the opening there. It's probably not one of these. I guess I'll put that then. Maharaja's. Oops. I was trying to hit the apostrophe, but hit enter instead. Maharaja's Balish. What about this one? I guess it'll say the same thing even though it's facing the wrong way. Exit. This could be exit, and then I can put another one facing that way. Some golden text. It's more like orange, but let's pretend it's gold. It could also be yellow. And it's actually maybe that one. Sand colored thing. Did I change all of them? Come on, too many things in the way. This one is the wrong color. There we go. Alright, now I'm going to have me a little bit of a tinkle and then get back to work. There's still some room here and maybe something down there, and that's probably it.